Hello everybody. Sorry for being a second late there. My bad. Just had to put my tea on. How's it going? Happy Friday. I realize it's not too late. It's 10 my time, but might be a little bit later for you guys. I'm not sure. Hello, Thomas. Hello. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you see me okay? When you eat Oreos and it fucking sticks to your lip gloss. Love it. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. I haven't been live in quite a while, so I just wanted to come and answer some questions and, talk about some stuff that's coming up in the future, as well as like get your guys' opinion on something to do with, you guys know, the infamous Pearl. Because I think I'll get a pretty, decent, fair opinion. Oh, hello. Thank you. Thank you, Mad Jack. And Anti-Evil. Thank you, you guys. Or anti, I guess. Oops. Am I feeling better? I'm okay. No, I'm not sad. This is just how I talk when I'm not. This is how I actually talk when I'm not, screaming in my video. Cal, thank you for the donation. Thank you for fighting for men. I am here all the way. Love the tattoos. Thank you. So let me know. I'm having a little bit of anxiety, so if you notice me vibrating, I get anxious when I go live now. I think it's just a fucking trauma response from the past and all the hate that I went through. So yeah, so let me know. Do you guys want me to start off with answering some questions? Do you want me to dive into my question about Pearl and a situation that I'm dealing with that I'm unsure about? Oh, you like the nails? Thank you. I don't really do them very often, and this one's crooked, but thank you. Pearl. Okay. A lot of people are talking Pearl. Okay, so I don't think it's a big secret that I am not a fan of Pearl. I'm not a fan of the things she says. I think that it contradicts, what we say in the men's rights community about equality, and how if it doesn't sound going good one way, it probably doesn't sound good going the other way, which means it's not equal. So, I've been very vocal about how I feel like Pearl is a shit stain on men's rights. However, I'm not a shitty human being. So many of you guys know that her ex-boyfriend, Angry Reacts, that big man who, I don't really think he says anything in his videos. He just kind of goes like this and makes an angry face. Anyways, he's got quite a big platform, and him and I have spoken, and he said something to me that was a little bit strange when we talked about doing an interview together. He said that he has a lot of information and a lot of dirt on Pearl and whatnot, but he's I'll only talk about it for the right price. So he's asking to get financially compensated to come on my channel and just talk shit about Pearl and I assume probably release a bunch of private information about their relationship. And that doesn't really feel very good to me. There's something that feels like I don't like Pearl, clearly. But I'm also I believe in doing the right thing. And something about this feels kind of icky. about, you know, platforming somebody who's like, you know, what if the information that he's saying isn't true? What if, and that's not even what I would be interested in interviewing him about. What I'd be interested in interviewing him about is Pearl has claimed herself that he broke up with her because her body count was too high. And Pearl, you know, talks a lot about how women with high body counts are, you know, and, you know, I wanted to talk to him about, you know, maybe his role in, like, you know, her origin story a little bit. And if he feels like, number one, is that true? I mean, it came from her, so I couldn't see her lying about something like that. But, you know, I'd like to verify that that's true. And if it is true, I want to ask him, you know, like, where do you get off? Essentially, directly or indirectly, meaning to or not, making somebody feel like their value is so much lower, so much so that they then build a platform off of telling other women that their value is lower. Like, I think breaking up, if it's true, breaking up with somebody because you found out that their body count is too high, in my opinion, everybody has a right to a preference. I just think it's a little bit of a sleazy thing to do. But taking into account that she has, like, you know, since then gone on social media and built a platform saying that women shouldn't vote, women shouldn't have high body counts, you know, X, Y, Z, I want to talk to him about whether or not he feels, you know, like he had an impact on that perspective of hers, and, you know, kind of how he feels about that, if he feels like it's right, if he feels like that was damaging, you know? So that's, like, kind of like more my goal. So I was a little bit stunned when he was like, yeah, you know, I'm Pearl's ex, and I'll totally, you know, come on your channel and I can release all this dirt about her, and, you know, but I'll do it, like, for the right price. Something about that just seemed really icky to me. Like, I don't like Pearl, but I'm also not a bad person. And I feel like that's kind of a bad person thing to do, you know, especially if I can, you know, like, what if he comes on and is like, oh, she farts in her sleep. You know, it's like, just like stupid stuff that's, like, you know, like, degrading, but, like, really nobody's business, you know, just stuff like that. Like, I don't like Pearl, but I don't want to put her in a position where, like, I'm platforming somebody that's just there to hurt her. Do you understand what I'm saying? This was, he said, reading it. I have info and tea on that woman that would destroy everything she's built, but none of this is good for my brand. If I do it, I want it for a fair price. You know? So it's like, if something could ruin my brand, there's no amount of money in the world. And I mean, like, my brand's a bit different. It's men's rights, right? It's a little bit more personal and way more personal to me. So there's no amount of money in the world that somebody could offer me to intentionally ruin my brand. But something about that just seems really gross. You guys agree? Okay. Because I know that there's people in the chat who, you know, like Hannah, and then there's people, or Pearl, Davis, whatever, just Pearly things. There are people who like her, and there are people who don't like her. And, you know, this community is all about coexisting peacefully. You know, we got fucking liberals, Republicans, fucking left, right, you know, we got people from different religions, walks of life, you know, and we all just coexist because men's rights are human rights, and it doesn't matter your walk of life, you know? So, like, I don't know. It's just something about that just seems really weird. So I know that there are people here that, like, will be able to give a good perspective from people who, you know, don't like her and people who do like her. Might be a setup. Could be trying to get you on something for Pearl. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Could be trying to set me up for a lawsuit. That's crazy. Use common sense. Paying for info is scummy. I would never pay. I would never pay for it. Let me clarify. There's never a point where I was like, I'm going to pay you for this information. Yeah, like, I don't really think that there's a time where that's, like, not seen as sleazy. my question more was about whether even like having a conversation with him was worth it. Because if that's where he's coming from, then to me that shows a little bit of his character. So would it even be worth, bringing him onto my channel and talking about what I originally wanted to talk about? Can I trust him to be honest? Can I, trust that he's not going to just start spouting some fucking wild ass shit that could get me sued? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, my goal isn't just to bring somebody on to just like shit talk Pearl. That's immature. Does nothing for like men's rights, doesn't start a positive conversation. Meanwhile, I feel like what I was wanting to talk to him about was a positive conversation, So yeah, my question wasn't should I pay him for this information. It's should I even interview him on my podcast at all? Because I can say no, don't give me any information that, you can't like verify or, blah, blah, blah. But there's like no guarantee. And that part about him, like, it could ruin my brand, but I'll do it for the right price. What are you talking about? Okay, well, thank you. I was pretty sure that it was giving scumbag, but you never know. Yeah. Well, thank you, you guys. Yeah, definitely won't be doing that one. Thank you to the people who have been members for a long time, people who are just subscribing, people who have donated during this live. Thank you so much. Yeah, Pearl's not a men's rights activist. Anybody says that women shouldn't vote because, they haven't fucking died on the front lines of war, it's just insane. You have no grasp of what equality is. I mean, it's just crazy. She talks about like abolishing child support. Real men, I don't like saying that, but like real fathers, good fathers, don't wish to just stop providing for their children. If they were previously providing, they don't wish to just stop providing just because him and the mom aren't smashing pissers anymore. That's not how it works. Child support should be regulated. It should be determined based off of DNA tests. It should be updated much more frequently so that men aren't like losing their job halfway through the year, still having to pay this ridiculously high amount. Can't do that. They get behind. Their trucks get taken away. Like, men literally do and can land in jail for not being able to keep up with child support. And it's not even that all of them are like just not doing it or being lazy. Like, the child support system is whack, right? So I think you can only reapply once a year in some states, not all of them, but a lot of them, and in Canada here. So a lot of the times, it's just so poorly regulated, honestly. It shouldn't be used as like a fucking, babies shouldn't be used as like incentivization to get money. You know what I mean? I think it's like pretty incentivized. But the idea that like child support should just not exist is absurd. I personally know women who I pay child support. Not mandated. We've never been to court. I make more money than he does. I have decided to be the breadwinner. He's a like fantastic father, the best dad I've literally ever seen in my entire life. So like, yeah, it just needs to be regulated. So a lot of the stuff she says is like the antithesis of what helps men. But I don't really put too much energy into Pearl. She's not really here to defend herself, so Like, I'll just state my opinion, but I don't want to turn this into like a Pearl bash. You know what I mean? She's not here to defend herself, so I don't really think it's appropriate. But yeah, I won't be platforming her boyfriend though, or her ex, because that's just sleazy. I can't think of one situation where like paying for information isn't sleazy in some sense. Ugh. Child support means they still love you and want to be remembered. You're correct. It's not appropriate. Yes. So do you guys have any questions for me? I see a lot of questions in my comments about like, you know, my personal life and stuff like that. And it kind of made me realize that a lot of you don't know me very well or know my story or, you know, so if there's anything you want to know about me, feel free to ask. I live in Canada. I will not be beating up anybody's ex. Is your twin sister single? I have an older sister who lives in Romania, and I think she is. Inquisitor Fund. You know what? I'm still in contact with his dad. It's pretty tough because he's in Italy, so there's completely different time zones. But you guys, please remember that when it comes to the Inquisitor's case, like, somebody lost their son, right? He has a 17-year-old little sister, a like 2-year-old, 3-year-old little brother. Like a family has just lost somebody, right? So they're also busy arranging funerals and doing memorials, and you know what I mean? So it's not gonna be like a fast pace process. Like, you still have to be respectful of the family. People on TikTok are like, why haven't you had the dad on for an interview? Like, yes. Oh, hi, your son just took his life live on TikTok due to false allegations. You want to come on my YouTube channel and talk about it? Like, shut the fuck up. I'm not getting into the gender conversation. There's two sexes, male and female. 20. Thank you. No, I'm 26. What's a good platform for new creator? TikTok. So something that a lot of people don't know, especially if you are like, you know, revitalizing your content, you have new content. If you make a new account on TikTok, TikTok will push out your videos. So make sure you're making minimum 5 videos a day. And do it like right when you make your account, because what TikTok does when somebody makes a new account is they push your content out on the For You page so that people get like addicted. They're like, oh my God, this works. People are seeing my content. And they'll do that for like a bit, like a few weeks, and then they'll stop, right? But if you use that time to, you know, make good content and like get people's attention, that's how you can organically build a platform. I have like a whole bunch of tips for like social media and stuff. So like if you guys like have any questions, I mean like influencers and stuff, like people don't talk candidly and open and honestly and give like the actual tips and tricks and like the truth that we know about algorithms and social media. People just don't do that because they're like, oh, well, then everyone will be famous and I won't be so special. But yeah, I got tips and tricks all day. TikTok is actually hiding my account. So when you search me on TikTok, I bet you won't find me. Because look, I'm going to search myself here. And this happens every time. So right here, it's Roma Army. Look, somebody is, yeah, look at this. Send a direct message on WhatsApp. Like, I don't have a WhatsApp. So it's just all, none of these are me. My top fan page, I have a fan page that's got like, look at all that. That's got like over 100,000 and it's not showing up. This is what TikTok does.
Years of her sleeping with shitty men who don't.
Shut up. Okay, so you can click a video basically. If you just go in the videos, like, you know, that people have posted, you'll find it. But for me, I click it and it's just like, oh, Chloe doesn't have a TikTok. Isn't that fucking strange? Isn't that fucking weird? Oh, wait, maybe if I go over here. Oh, here it is. Ha, just kidding. Yeah, so this is my page. It did show it. Why was it doing that? Oh, because I was over at the hearts. Weird. Okay. Yeah, that's my TikTok. So you just have to basically like find somebody who's like stitched my video because TikTok just won't show you my account. Ow. Also, if you're making YouTube content, you should be posting 1 video a day, 5 shorts, and minimum 2 posts. That's a trick to get into the algorithm. Do that consistently for a week. What are my thoughts on Pearl? Oh, shut the I hate my voice sometimes. Do you read the Bible? I do read the Bible, actually. I went over to my grandparents' house tonight and brought my Bible. I was there last night playing cards with like my cousin and my grandparents and whatnot. And I was like, you guys are going to think this is crazy, but like, do you have an extra Bible? Because I lost mine. And they all laughed at me and thought I was joking. And so I didn't say anything because they knew like my Bible was like at my house somewhere. I found it under the couch with a coffee stain. And I sent the picture to my grandma, pardon me, and my cousin. And I was like, I wasn't joking. I actually lost my Bible. You have a bunch of YouTube videos? Let me pin you. There you go. He says that he has over 500 YouTube videos. He says nobody really watches them. So if anybody has some spare time after this live, go to his channel. Let's subscribe and let's help. What are your opinions on Britney Venty? Look, I'm going to be very honest. Because I was talking to my fellow Powerpuff Girl, the Dadvocate, about this. Britney Venty, I've done videos on her content, and like she's actually personally attacked and like personally done really shitty things to men. Like I've done videos on it in the past. So I don't like her. She also did like a big video on her channel about how like, you know, about me, and I didn't watch it. But despite all that, I must say her video on Pearl was just fucking hilarious. Like, she's funny to watch. Like, you have to put respect on her name. I don't like her, but I will give respect where respect is due. So I respect her. I don't like her. But I'll respect the place where she was and where she is now. And even though she slut-shamed me, so I really don't care, because what people think about me really isn't my business. And that doesn't like what people think of me doesn't define them as a person. You know what I mean? Just because someone doesn't like me doesn't mean they're like complete and utter garbage. I think the things that she did in her past was like completely unfavorable and not okay. But you know, 2 things can be true at once, as they often are. Oh, you subscribed to Mikey. Yay! Yeah, I don't know I've only watched that one video of hers, except for the videos that if you type in like Roma Army, Britney, Venty after this, like you'll see the videos that I've done. I think it was just one actually. And then she responded like a year later, which was weird. But yeah, I just put respect on her name. Don't like her. She would never eat with me in real life. But you've got to respect her. She's funny. She's just funny. Love the little gap between your 2 front teeth. I know. Where the fuck did this come from? If you look at my video even 2 months ago, it wasn't there. I actually know where it comes from, but I don't want to talk about it. Actually, you know what? Maybe I will talk about it. Who cares? You guys aren't here. You're not kissing me. I, like many people, suffered from depression. You know, most of my life, I wasn't really taking care of my teeth. As a child, I was severely neglected and abused. And in fact, the few times that my teeth were brushed, it was like a punishment because my gums would bleed. So my mom would be like, that's it, I'm brushing your teeth. And it would hurt, it would bleed, it was awful. So as a kid, I wasn't really, like, my teeth weren't taken care of. Then I went into social services. It was kind of mandated that my teeth were taken care of. You know, they were, you know, cavities were filled, stuff like that. But then as a teenager, you know, I was on the streets, I did drugs, I was homeless for a while. And then in my early 20s, started taking care of my teeth again, and then fell into like pretty serious depression over the last like 3 years. It's been 3 years. So there was a period where I was not taking care of my gums, my teeth, I wasn't brushing properly, and I developed gum disease. So it's not as scary as it sounds. Gum disease, what it means is that, you know, your gums recede, they detach, you know, from the teeth. You can have bone loss in your teeth, which is actually what's caused this gap, because up in the gum here, there's bone loss. So it's shrunk the teeth up here, therefore separating them here. So I have been going to the dentist absolutely fucking religiously for like the last month. I've been in there every single week for a month, getting my gums checked, getting the deep pockets here, and here up in my gums, getting them continuously cleaned. I religiously brush, floss, brush my gums with a different stuff. I have a water flosser. So, you know, gum disease, it doesn't mean that, like, you know, you live with like awful breath. It's completely manageable if you take good care of your teeth, you know. It's not reversible. The damage is already done, but I can stop it where it is. So, you know, you just get the proper toothbrush, brush the recommended times, use the proper toothpaste. It's really important because I'm 26 years old with gum disease. So I've had a lot of good cries about it, but I went and, you know, my teeth are, see, nice and clean. You can see, look, they're starting to heal here. You see where they're starting to get light pink versus the dark here. This is unhealthy. This is healthy. So you can see that I've been like working on my gums, and you can see them actually starting to heal. So it's totally manageable. But please get your teeth cleaned, because so much plaque sits underneath the gums, and if it sits there for too long, it causes damage to the gums, causes your bone to like recede in your teeth, and you end up with gum disease, or you can actually lose your teeth. So I developed this little gap. I'm not going to change it. I'm going to leave it there as a reminder to take care of myself, because it stopped here. It actually got smaller. It was bigger a few weeks ago. If you look at my videos, it was like it was really bad. It's actually kind of shrunken back down. But I'm going to leave it as a reminder of what happens when you don't take care of yourself. And, you know, it's shitty because depression, the thing about depression is it, you know, kind of prevents you from doing the very things that you need to do, even the very things that will help you get out of depression, like, you know, routines, washing your face, brushing your teeth, washing your hair, you know, so it's really hard. And I'm not saying that it's easy at all. I mean, I developed gum disease. So trust me, if anybody knows, it's me. You know, but you can, you know, if you just, you know, go to the dentist, get a regular cleaning. You don't have to pay for that extra polishing bullshit. You know, just get the tar, because this hard stuff sits in your mouth and it stinks. So like, you can brush, but the stuff is still in there, and only that dentist tool can get it out. You are not going to get it out with floss, anything. So sorry to turn this into a lecture about teeth, but I care about you guys, and I spent like a week. It really fucked me up, the fact that, you know, my smile, the way that I express happiness changed in like the matter of a few months because I wasn't taking care of my teeth. So that can make you feel even worse, you know, destroying your confidence. And so, yeah. Can we talk about the Inquisitor? Yes. So the dad is still in the process of making the GoFundMe. I know that he wants to do it in a way that's, you know, we've heard time and time again of people raising like a bunch of money on GoFundMe and then losing it, right? So he just wants to make sure that he can actually raise this money and be able to keep it and use it as needed, you know, for legal fees. He wants to start a foundation. He wants to travel and talk about cyberbullying and the impacts of, you know, what happened to his son and false allegations and how, you know, the internet participates in this mob mentality. So I know that he really wants to not just like have people talk about it on social media and then forget about it, but actually make a change that will last a lifetime. And I really, like, I want to help him do that. I want to help and see how I can evoke the change so that we can have it like mandated by law, that people who make false allegations that cause people to take their own life, that's like, you know, like a charge of its own. You know, like if you tell somebody to kill themselves, for example, like that's manslaughter, but it kind of has its own name. And I think that, a new law should be created, and it should be called Vincent's Law after him. Thank you for the donations. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry that I missed this. Domestic, please take care of yourself. You're wonderful to us. Thank you so much. You are so kind. Lorcan Doll says, hey, I don't normally talk in streams or even to people in real life much, but I want to let you know that as a young man, your content has helped me through a lot. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means like the world to me to hear that I'm able to affect some kind of change in your guys' life. I fucking love Star Wars. All right, guys, well, it's getting late. I have to do some preparation for some stuff I'm doing tomorrow. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I love Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, something that a lot of people don't know about me. Thank you for chatting, and make sure you go watch the videos that I've posted this week. YouTube has been hiding my shit, so bye.